Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to do a live reaction on the Dolton Trustee meeting, the board meeting yesterday. It was pretty interesting because you had Lori Lightfoot. They didn't allow her to speak. Actually, the meeting ended abruptly because I guess she was trying to speak. And the trustees vetoed what is her name, Tiffany Henyard's vote, not hiring Lori Lightfoot to do an independent investigation into herself. So they vetoed that decision, and I guess of course she got mad about that. And there's a lot of other stuff that was going on in the meeting. So we'll discuss that, and then I got a couple of other news stories that I want to share with you today. So that's what we're going to talk about today on another episode of Business Talk.
Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Looks a little something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad.
That's right. You guys put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Please put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. I see we have Noble Young in the building. What is good? Kennard the DJ. What is good? DT Kenobi. I'm on YouTube punishment. I wonder why you're on YouTube punishment. I would like to know. It's not very hard to get on YouTube punishment. All you got to do is voice your opinions on YouTube. And if it's not opinion of the popular, the majority, if it's not a popular or unpopular belief, you could potentially get on YouTube punishment. So it's not hard to get there. We do have Igbo. I'm killing your name. Hello. Ultra 80 Retro from Chicago. What is good? Kafa Yahoo from Atlanta, Georgia, and Lee Hewitt from North Carolina coast. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so I just want to share this. This is what's on Google. You type in Tiffany Henyard, and this is what comes up. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot in Dolton. This story was posted 2 hours ago from Fox 2, Illinois meeting probing super mayor Tiffany Havish lavish spending devolves into chaos. Chaos ensues as Dolton trustees override veto on Lightfoot investigation into Mayor Henyard. Put cuffs on you. Dolton meeting with Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Lori Lightfoot turned chaos. Dolton trustees override Henyard's veto vote. On and on, all in the last 24 hours. Now, Tiffany Henyard did mention that all the news media, she feels like all the news media owe her money. This is what she mentioned last night. All the news media, even YouTubers, owe her money because we're using her as clickbait. No, honey, boo-boo. Got to get real hood so Tiffany could understand me. If Tiffany's watching, I'm pretty sure somebody, one of her cronies, is watching. No, honey, boo-boo, you are a political figure. Everybody could talk about you. Once you run for office, you said, hey, I am free, open reign. Now, I don't believe people should be attacking you physically, or, if you feel like somebody is trying to harm you. I do not feel like that. I think that's totally wrong. But we are able to criticize your actions. That's comes with the job of being a mayor or being a political figure. The trustees, hey, if the trustees' actions is wrong and somebody don't like them, they have the very right. Everyone has the very right to voice their opinion. So we don't owe you shit. What you do owe, you owe the people of Dolton. You owe the people of Thornton Township. So that I just wanted to make that point, get that point across, because I don't understand why Tiffany thinks that she is something else. No, you're the mayor. You are a political figure. You are the super mayor, as you call it. And I dubbed the name super shitty mayor because that's what you are. And not because of all this frivolous spending. No, you're shitty because what happened to Miss Fania Dukes and how you mishandled that whole situation. Speaking of Fania Dukes, your boy Andrew Holmes had the nerve to show up for the meeting. Andrew Holmes was actually in the meeting. He was in the meeting. And somebody probably told him, "Hey, you're going to get suspended," or I don't know what the bylaws is. You guys put it in the chat. What are the bylaws for being a trustee? If you have these crazy accusations, can they actually put them on what is it called? Censorship. Can they censor Andrew Holmes? You think they would be able to, but I'm not for sure. So right now, I'm just going to share with you the meeting. We're going to get into that, and this at this point, we have a resident talking. They started pretty late, like 40 minutes late, but right where you see it at now, this is a resident talking. I like his point of view. I didn't catch his name. Somebody put in the chat if you know the gentleman. But he had valid points to make, and I want to start right here.
Set the clock again. Reset the clock, please.
Great.
Greetings to all the law-abiding citizens who just happen to be surrounded by the police force for reasons that we haven't been able to figure out. I'd also like to welcome a certain trustee we haven't seen in a few weeks actually, because of various escapades in Las Vegas. And I'd also like to return all the sneers and the derision that nearly everyone has come up to this podium to discuss village business has received from the mayor, from the village administrator, from the $1 million lawyer who's not here today, I guess, and for our lying police chief. I say that because I was actually escorted from the building a few months ago from him. He said we want to talk about it outside, and in typical lying fashion, he locked the door behind me, which is why a lot of people know you're a liar. A lot of you, that whole group up there on that upper podium, with a couple of exceptions, are basically liars. We have a situation that this never would have happened had they responded to us when she first came into office. We would go up there and respectfully ask questions, and she would ignore us, or they would ignore us. They would not do that in Highland Park and where our village administrator comes from out there in Orland Park and places like that. This would never happen. But we get treated like dirt because they think they can get away with it. That was interesting. Anyway, getting back to it, we didn't have to be here. Every subpoena that was issued are things that we, the citizens, have asked for years now. The trustees have asked for them. The clerk has asked for assistance in providing these services to us, but they were blocked at every turn from those worthless individuals that sit in judgment of the rest of us. And this is not the way it's supposed to be. Now, you can sit there and look at your little paper or whatever, but you know they're coming for you, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And at least we have an audio system. I saw what they did in Thornton Township. Only one person gets a working microphone, really, a golden microphone. How much narcissism can you stand? Jeez. And if the shoe fits, slip into the red bottom slippers and prance off into the sunset, because we have had enough of you and your administration. And I have 12 seconds left, and I'm using every damn one of them. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
All right. Now, that was classic. That was classic. He does have a point. Every single subpoena that the FBI documents that the FBI is requesting is what the residents have been asking for over the last 2 years. So literally, I believe Tiffany Henyard would have avoided all of this situation if only she was transparent. Even with her frivolous spending, if she act as if she gave a damn about the people, but she doesn't. So he had a valid point. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the the residents talking. This one lady, at this point, she came in, she had some type of nonprofit organization, and she was telling them, hey, I never received a response back. We're trying to do a Father's Day event at one of the basketball courts, and I'm just trying to get verification to see if that's okay, blah, blah, blah. But the administrator or whoever's in the office, whoever's responsible for that particular part, they never gave her a call back. So she showed up to the meeting. The way they treated her was pretty bad. I think, personally, I think someone should have said, oh, you could just give me that information. And but no, they didn't even respond to her. This is her.
First of all, I'd like to address the residents of Dolton. I sympathize with you guys, and I hope that your complaint and your I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah. I hope that your complaints and your voices are heard. I'm here on behalf of Empower UC. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering positive change for individuals, families, and communities through outreach, mentoring, and educational programs. Between myself and the director, we've had failed attempts to receive any communication by the admin team, and we're here to ask for permission to host a free Father's Day celebration for the Dolton residents on June 14th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We would like to use the Dolton basketball courts on Greenwood and the surrounding grass area for this particular event. I have information, contact, a letter for the board to review or to get back with me to see if this is possible. I mean, okay. What's the? Nobody's gonna answer.
Look, nobody's gonna answer. And then Tiffany speaks up and said, "Oh, this is just comments. We don't answer. We don't answer questions."
Okay, this is public comment, so everyone makes their comment. If you want to see any board member or anybody after the meeting, and we can address any of your concerns.
Can I share some papers or information? Can I walk? Do I have permission?
There. You can give it to Medina right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
The problem is that's what you should have said. Hey, if you want to have a meeting, you need to contact blah, 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 blah. Or an event at one of our parks or whatever. You need to contact blah, blah. But they just stonewalled her. Tiffany mad because she didn't think of the event. She probably having a Father's Day, whatever. So she probably mad because this is not her event. And how dare you have an event the same day I have an event? I don't want people showing up for your event because they got to come to my event. That's how Tiffany works. Anyway.
Next person.
So we're not going through. Oh, you know what? I did want to show. This is the old trustees.
Good evening. Good evening. Residents, Board of Trustees, Mayor. I want to say to the cops, to the rank and file soldiers, I have a lot of respect for y'all. But that clown for y'all, that damn chief of police, to try to put me out for nothing, to have me walk out, to try to get me out for what? For what? This is the type of stuff that we dealing with. Black people didn't sacrifice for us to get leadership and act like this. You didn't go through years of Jim Crow, segregation for us to get into this political position and treat other Black people like this. This is what we dealing with, this terrible administration to try to put me out. I'm struggling with my left leg, with my MS, but I'm here. This has to stop. This has to stop. We got a clean house. We got to vote all of them out. All of them out. Stan Brown, Andrew Holmes don't say nothing. Nothing. Y'all sit up there quiet. What do they have on you? Y'all don't have no freedom to speak? Do y'all have any nuts? Anything? I'm sad. I'm sick and tired to hear them try to put me out. To try to like, hey, let me talk to you out.
He said, "Do y'all have any nuts?" Did y'all guess that? Do you guys have any nuts whatsoever? Y'all don't have any balls, no nuts. Y'all don't even stand up to this female. I'm assuming Tiffany's kind of short because that's why she's a tyrant. But you guys, any type of nuts, balls, kahunas, what is going on? Where's your testosterone at? No man ever sticks up to Tiffany. And Chief Lacey, this is an ongoing thing with Chief Lacey. Something's wrong with him. He should have never been the interim police chief.
And I respect the cops, the rank and file soldiers who helped me, who said, no, you ain't gonna do this. But how much money has Chief Lacey cost his village? How much money? How many lawsuits? How many bad things?
Let him talk.
How many bad things has this chief done? And the fact that she got him the top cop. This has to change, residents. It's going to change with unity of the people of Dolton. That's how we change this. We got to vote her out, period. If you don't know your block, if you don't know your neighbors, come to the Dolton Trustees YouTube page, come to the team with the trustees. That's how we change this. It's a mess. I can't believe this man tried to put me out. He tried to joke and try to cook me. I tried to shake his hand. No, he didn't want to shake my hand. You should be ashamed of yourself, Lacey. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I want to say.
You're gonna have to get on. Remember, like last year or last episode, we was talking about Tiffany Henyard. If they sleep on Tiffany Henyard will be reelected. You're gonna have to do more than tea with the trustees. You're gonna have to do more than what he just spoke about. You're gonna have to go to door. You're gonna have to pass out water. Literally, everything Tiffany does, they're gonna have to follow up and do something different and show her, because Tiffany is not gonna sleep. She's not a lazy person. She loves to party. She'll throw a party on the residents' dime, and they're gonna vote her in because she's giving bottled water, some chitlins, and all that stuff to people. That's what they like. So that's what you're gonna have to do. That preaching, it sounds good, but they don't care. Half your residents not even in there. It's probably like 40 people in there. You're talking about show up on the YouTube channel? No, Steve, I'm telling you, the elderly folks that's voting, they're not on YouTube. You're gonna have to go to door if you want to win their vote. I'm just saying. You guys put in the chat, let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction. Now, at this point, they were talking about the general announcements. Then it got to Tiffany. Tiffany want to share everybody what she's doing, the mayor's report, and she goes over all the old stuff, Christmas stuff, Thanksgiving. We already seen that. What have you did today? So she's gonna go over that. I'm pretty sure she has some Mother's Day stuff that she went over.
And I don't want to do nothing but see the best things for my village. It saddens me that every time it's disagreement amongst anyone here, we call media. It also saddens me that the media only come out for a mess. I get it. Y'all using me for clickbait and ratings. I wish you guys will come out for the good we do in our community. There's tons of events that I post, that I advocate for, and that I showcase. Because y'all literally go on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Tiffany on the Move podcast page, and you take my clips and use it to bring people into your stations. I think now you guys owe me a check, news, because you use my likeness and my name just for views. Please showcase the good in our village, because you're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people, guys, you out of order.
You're out of order. One more disruption, I am clearing the room.
Thank you. Yes, he will. Yep. So just like you guys was quiet and I was quiet when everybody spoke, y'all give me the same respect to be heard. Just because some people may not like what I'm saying don't mean others don't like what I'm saying. It's a lot of people that support Supermayor, believe it or not. And I just need them to hear another narrative and not just the false negative narrative that's put out there by the Board of Trustees, the four, and also the media, and then the hate groups. And what you don't understand, or fail to realize, is people that live in our community that's being affected by the nonsense, the negativity. The people are getting threats from our staff to regular residents, and you don't understand the chaos that you created by just wanting to showboat or want 5 minutes of fame on the news. Shame on you. You and God have to deal with that later on in life. But anyway, as I was stating, I really, really want you guys to see what Dalton could be, what Dalton should have been a long time ago. People put out their narratives, and yes, we're going to entertain a lot of it as it relates to the facts, because you guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now. People are using different people.
Tiffany needs to stop. Smear campaign? You're being investigated by the FBI. Is this lady nuts? Smear campaign. Are you crazy? Yesterday, we went over the Thornton Township meeting. And it was the budget meeting. They had 152 pages in the budget meeting. They didn't pass that out. They gave the packet of 10 pages. Well, where's the other 140 pages of the budget that we supposed to be knowing about? We're the residents. So what are you talking about smear campaign? You're doing stuff for you to get smeared in the news and YouTube and all these other platforms. So what are you saying? You remain silent when your assistant came to you saying I was sexually assaulted, and you remained silent. You are a piece of shit. You didn't launch the independent investigation into that. Because if you did, the trustees would have voted on it. They would have voted, and they would have known whoever you was hiring independently. You would have let that been known. I am the super mayor because I'm going to make sure my employees are safe. And you talking about me, y'all beating and attacking on a black woman. So, and what did you do to that black woman? She's crazy.
For political gain, and it's sad, but I don't want.
What political gain? You're over Dalton Township. I mean Dalton Village and this Thornton Township. If anything, they probably want the money. We could agree to that, but what are you saying? You stole that seat anyway. You stole the Thornton Township seat. It wasn't for you. It wasn't for you.
Anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do. Do not be discouraged. I want you to continue to run because I want you to see what it looks like when you go through controversy or when you come out on the other end and you're victorious. Because when the dust clear, and it will clear, you're going to see the facts and what it really was, but not what they was telling you, which was lies. Everybody should know that media is deception. People sell you what they want you to believe at that moment. I got clips and all kinds of stuff people send me, believe it or not. I'm making a video for you so you can see what I mean about the news. It's a ton of things going on in the world. We should really be focusing on that and banding together. I'm about unity. That's why you see me always positive, head held high, and always walking in my purpose. God gave me the opportunity to be the first. But unfortunately, when you're the first, you get the worst. You get all the negatives. You get all the things that people think you should do. But what you are doing is what get overshadowed. As it relates to grants, I'll start with the grants first. As it relates to the grants, we have produced so many different things here. I know we put the $6 million.
I think Tiffany is about to cry. I really do think she's really hurt. She's like hurt on the inside.
In the budget. I know the board tried to take it out. You cannot get money once you take things out of budget. You have to basically plan for the money. DCEO grant, we're getting $1 million. I don't know if you heard about that. Of course not, because news didn't display that. That will be here by June 30th. It's for $1 million for operating expenses. Again, these are things that we do here, meaning myself and my administration, but it don't get no type of play. And that's $1 million. Also, DCEO grant, another one for $112,000 is for capital improvements. That's for projects, things that you would like to do. So sometimes when you see us developing or doing things in our community, we have grant money to do it, but no one educates the public.
Tiffany, why you lying? Tiffany's lying on this. We still are waiting to see the $6.3 million. So she's using this, of course. Every time we go in a board meeting, Tiffany uses her time to lie to the people and say, yeah, you didn't hear that because the news media is not going to tell you that. And I'm not saying they're not getting the grant money, but I'm just saying You said you was gonna get this other grant money and you never got that. So how can we believe you? So it's like, come on, Tiff. You need to stop lying.
On the how. You guys just see it being produced and don't understand how we're doing it. So this is me telling you how we're doing it. Also, this is on the agenda for this evening. The IEPA is for $2.7 million. It's the lead service line replacement. Everybody complain about things as it relates to water and issues that we had in our town forever. Those are the things that I have been entertaining and fixing and putting a plan before the board so that we can vote on these items. Also, you guys know that our water tank had exploded when we had that storm. We are also in need of finding revenue to pay for that, and that is a major project. We also need to continue doing our streets, our sidewalks, and our alleys. Those are things that wasn't done, and you guys know this because if you've been here as long as me, you had to pay 50% just for a sidewalk that you would never own. Where they do that at? So if the sidewalk was $5,000, you had to pay $2,500, and the village paid $2,500. Under my administration, we don't charge you anything as it should have been from day one. It is free. If you call and let us know that it is cracked, broken, messed up, we will put it on the list and we will get to it. We've done a ton of sidewalks last year. We will do more sidewalks this year, and the same with street resurfacing. But while we're doing street resurfacing, we are fixing the sewers as well, because we have a lot of flood issues in our community that we are fixing. So again, stop with the mess and pay attention to the things that really matter to community, because when it hits our city, you want to care that these things are in place. But if you're so blinded by the person throwing a rock, hiding their hand with the mess and chaos, you will never see what's really being fixed in your community. Next, June 15th, Father's Day, we're going to have our backyard barbecue. It will be at Just Ice Rink. That address is one.
I told you that's why they played Old Girl. She wanted to do a barbecue or whatever at a different location, because the Just Ice Rink is just only for Tiffany when she wants it open. So that's why they wasn't answering the girl when she said, hey, I'm from a nonprofit organization and we want to do a Father's Day event. Well, you can't do it because Tiffany is doing the Father's Day event. It's like, we have more than enough people for we could do 2 Father's Day event at the same time. Everybody don't have to come to your event. Only the people that like you comes to your event.
14312 Greenwood. Please come out and join us. I know that we had posted it 2 different times. Unfortunately, it rained, so we had to cancel it. So we will be doing it again. I'm praying for great weather. It's a way that we bring community together and we unify. One thing that I love about that day is we're celebrating the fathers, but at the same time, we're going to allow people to skate. We're working on getting someone to manage the skate rink so that it will be open always. And in doing so, it will be open on certain days. Monday through Thursday will be open, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it will be available for rental. This is a way we'll bring revenue to our village. So these are things we're working on. This is me letting you know what our plans are. July 3rd. July 3rd is the 4th of July parade and fireworks show. Again, since I became your mayor, I brought back a parade that has been dormant for over a decade. And for those that don't know, that's over 10 years. It was really epic last year. We started right here from Village Hall.
Tiffany, you're the only person that don't know what decade means. Like, come on. I mean, even yesterday, they was talking to the residents like they were like so stupid. Like, come on. We're at the budget meeting. We know that you're going to read off the budget. Don't talk to the people like they're stupid. These people are interested in the budget. They're interested in the money. So they kind of know what's going on. They wouldn't be there. And now she's going to tell us what decade means.
We worked our way all the way down Greenwood, which is now Greenwood Falls. We went all the way to the school that I graduated from, Thornridge High School on Cottage Grove. We will be doing the same thing this very year. If you are interested or want to sign up, please sign up with Miss Medina. If you want to be in a parade or you got a fire engine, which most municipalities do, come and join the movement with us. Please join us for those things. Excuse me. Okay, so now, please don't be disrespectful. Now, I want to go over the videos and things that we have just done. One thing that we've done is Cop on Top. Cop on Top was really, really epic. It was really epic for us. When I say epic, we did great things. We was able to raise funds.
So she's going to go over, all the things that she's done over the last month, I guess. And she gets back into the taxes. If you guys joined me live yesterday, she was talking about the taxes of all the different cities, and she pulled up a few cities of where they increased taxes, and she wanted to reflect to everybody, hey, you pay taxes, but Thornton Township only get 5 cents on the dollar. It doesn't matter, Tiffany. We just don't want to pay it to you because we don't trust you with money. We don't trust you with money. So that's where she's about to go in one of the section of this video. Let me make sure it's, yeah, this is it. And she's over talking the video.
Working on the particulars for that. So stay tuned. Those that do live in our community, when you go down Woodlawn, it will be closed off. We're going to put notices out throughout the week so people can be aware of that. And then also we're going to put reflectors there so no one runs into anything, because on Greenwood, people do that sharp left or sharp right. It will be cut off. So just reminding you of that. The next video is the Dolton tax levy, and this talks about your property taxes. This is one question that's always asked of me as it relates to our taxes being increased here in our village. Just so you know, for those that don't understand how it works, the Board of Trustees are the ones that raises property taxes. We have a tax levy. It comes up for a vote, and each year they raise your property taxes. So when people get to attack and say mayor is you, it's not the mayor. It is the Board of Trustees. You should FOIA it. It's called Freedom of Information Act, and you can get exactly what you're going to see here on the TV. It will tell you who voted yes, who voted no.
You want people to FOIA, but you don't answer any FOIA requests. So stop it. That's why WGN is suing you now. So stop it with the madness. Anything financial, anything relating to financial spending, credit card receipts, they're not going to answer that. They're not going to answer payroll receipts. They're not going to answer anything with the finances. So don't even waste your time. Unless you want to sue them. Because that's what the news outlet is suing them. Because of financial records that they won't provide.
No, it will tell you the truth instead of what people are just feeding to you to get you to not like someone or think someone's doing something against their village. I understand that it's hard out here for everybody, and people need to work on delivering the message the correct way. So here's your truth. Can you please play the video?
First, I'll start with what tax levy is. Every year, we must levy taxes for our village. We levy taxes, to get money to run our day-to-day operations, our police, our fire, our public works. All of those departments are
That's their audio, you guys. That's not my audio. I don't know why it's playing like that.
levy our taxes. So if we do not levy taxes, we will not receive the money to do the day-to-day operation, which is public service. In no way, shape, or form have I ever advocated to increase property taxes. As you know, as a trustee myself, I've always tried to decrease taxes, or if it's warranted, yes, you have to levy for taxes. But in this case, if you don't know, now you will know today. Every community passes a tax levy of 4.99%, no matter what the public says, because that's the levy they can pass. If it's under 5%, you can pass it without going out to the public. When it goes above 5%, you must go to the public and let you guys know that. So if you go, you can FOIA anything I stand up here. You can FOIA any other towns, Harlan, City, Riverdale, Lansing, any town, you'll see that they do the same thing. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna give you the facts. So I'm gonna take you down memory lane by going to 2017. Can you play tape? So in 2017, we was at $6 million, right, for levying taxes. If you look and read on that page right here, they increased your property tax by 14%. This is what you don't know, residents, 14%. So if you read and go a little further, and you'll see who voted to basically increase your property taxes. On here, you'll see trustee Hacks voted to increase your property tax, and you'll see ex-trustee Stubbs voted to increase your property tax. But I wanted to give you the order so you can understand who voted to increase your taxes. So when you're getting information, you will have facts to go by. Then we'll go to 2018. 2018, they levied $9 million.
Every year they raise your
And
tax.
in here, if you look, same thing, taxes, trustees raise your taxes by 14% again. And that was again trustee House and trustee Stubbs. Of course, the rest of them voted as well. Trustee Muhammad, trustee Pearson, all of them voted on two out because these are people that's on your board now that's trying to do the spin cycle to tell you the opposite. So for years, they've been raising your taxes. 2018. Now let's move on. 2019.
They're not trying to say that they don't levy taxes every year. They're not saying that. They're saying, Tiffany, we don't trust you. We don't trust you, Tiffany. We don't trust you. We don't trust Tiffany.
Second, like we can do in Robert's Rules of Order and discussion. The discussion is we don't trust, and no, we're not buying no property because the village. And second, like we can do in Robert's Rules of Order and discussion. The discussion is we don't trust you to buy penny candy, and no, we're not buying no property because the village of Dalton is not in the business of property. Y'all do not.
We don't trust you to buy penny candy. We don't trust you. So why is she having a problem with that?
Don't trust you to buy penny candy, and no, we're not buying no property because the village of Dalton is not in the business of property. Y'all done already stole about 60 houses, so ain't nobody gonna deal with you buying no property. So
we don't trust you, Tiffany. It's not that the village of Dalton is saying, or the trustees are saying, oh, we don't never levy taxes. No, the last few board meetings before they signed the tax levy, they specifically said, no, we don't want to increase in taxes for this year. What's wrong with that? And why are you getting mad because they don't want to increase the taxes for this year? They don't trust you. They don't trust, hey, if we're increasing our taxes, that means our residents going to have to pay more out of pocket to fund your nonsense. And we don't have control of the finances right now. That's just being fiscally responsible. I mean, you guys let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction.
2019, try to do the same thing. But this time, this is when everybody voted for it. So this is $10 million, 2019. Trustee Brown, not Brown, Stan Brown, Trustee Tammy Brown.
So
Which is also part of your tax.
She's gonna go through that, blah, blah, blah. It's the same rigmarole that Tiffany is mad about taxes. And I don't know why she keep on bringing it up. That tax vote is done and over with. They settled that last or two board meetings ago. It's done and over with. You can't change it. It's done. At least for this year.
Bill that you get at every 6 months. So that's how you make up your taxes for the community from our city, from Village of Dalton, and also from the Park District. Also included in that is your school boards. So District 148, District 149. It's also the College Board, South Suburban College. All these entities make up your tax bill. So when people say they did not, all you have to do is go in FOIA and get the documentation and then follow the money. And you'll know who's raising it and who's not. Next, I would like to announce that people talk about getting demos done. When I first came here, we was doing a ton of demolition here in our village. When the board decided to stop paying vendors, a lot of things stopped because vendors said they weren't going to do work without getting paid. So to the gentleman that stated that we were supposed to demo a house, it probably was on the list, just like many other properties are on the list waiting demolition. Currently now, we're going to see if we can utilize Public Works to get the property down for you. But right now, we normally have companies come in, they demo the property because Public Works has their hands full with a ton of work. Also, when they keep taking concrete vendors out of the list, and I'm pretty sure Stacy will speak to this later, we are not able to pour concrete because they won't pay for concrete vendors. These are the issues that we have, as well as water main breaks. But when they take vendors out, and that's what people don't understand, the backstory of things, we cannot get work done. Before
the backstory, no, Tiffany, you skipped the step. You need to solicit a bid. The bid's supposed to be voted on, whether or not they're going to approve whatever the amount is. You skipped all that step. You said, oh, I'm the mayor. I'm the super mayor. Oh, you pour concrete. Come to Village of Dalton. And they charging you an excessive amount because you're a woman, probably. You don't know what it should be charged. And then you're putting the Village of Dalton on the hook for these high-ass fees. $400,000 to cut down trees. That's insane. And they not like literally cutting them down. They trimming the trees away from the power lines. $400,000. Remember that guy that came to the meeting last year? He said, oh yeah, you guys owe me 100 and some thousand, and now is gone up to 200,000. And then the next month it was up to 400,000 because he's charging the Village of Dalton a late fee of 1.5% on the amount that they didn't even agree on. They didn't even vote on using this guy. But Tiffany said, oh yeah, come in, you could cut down trees. Yeah, that's cool. Just bill us. So you skip several steps for vendors to get approved. They supposed to get approved before they do the work, not after, Tiffany. And you know that. You know that. You just painting this narrative like they're not doing their job. And also, another thing I want to point out, remember, the Village of Dolton, they didn't have access to the bank account. They didn't know what checks was going out. All they knew is when they came up with the warrant list, they knew, hey, we didn't approve this, so we're not going to approve it. But they wasn't cutting the checks. They didn't have access to the bank account. The checks are sitting on the I guess the clerk's desk, not the clerk keys, but the other the budget clerk desk. They're just sitting there. The approved vendors and the unapproved vendors. They're just sitting there.
We could call a vendor, they'll come out and they'll wait to get paid at next board meeting. But because of all the controversy and the mess and the lies that they see on TV, when they come out the next month to get payment and they see the board removing them, they are afraid to come and do work in fear of not getting paid. So I just want to point that out and clear it up for those that don't understand what's going on. Something I want people to know, Thornton Township, it is free events out there, free everything. So if you need help with your water, your light, your gas, mortgage, rental assistant, even help burying a loved one. I'm also the supervisor of Thornton Township. The GA department will help you. It is free to residents that live in Thornton Township. Also, youth and family services. We have after school care. We have all kinds of things. Summer enrichment. All you have to do is sign up. It is also free. It's a first come, first serve. I spoke to the backyard barbecue already. We're gonna also have a JB skate off coming up. Stay tuned to that. We either text blast you, email blast you, or we also do forms like this. Our senior department, for those seniors that want to get out the house, have something to do, contact our senior department in transportation. We take you to the doctor, we pick you up if you want to go to the grocery store, to the mall, things of that nature. So again, these are free services again that I wish the media would advertise. They advertise all the negative, but never advertise things that truly can help you grow or help you in your situation or time of need. Food pantry. If you need food, every Wednesday you can go to Harvey location, and that's where our food pantry is, and pick up a free food box. We also give out fresh produce. You guys love when I give the fresh greens, beans, potato, you name it, in the box. So each month we will have like a special meal of the month, whether it's ground beef. If it's ground beef, you can make tacos, sloppy joe, burgers, meatloaf, things of that nature. And then we show you how to utilize the things in the box for those that don't know how to cook and just want a tutorial on what to do next. Also for the senior department, the trips and the plays, we have that as well. People love it because it's an interactive thing for people to get out the house and just love on each other and have friends in other communities. Okay, last but not least is my veto. Okay, on the agenda, you see that it said mayor's veto related to the May 13, 2024 special board meeting, which I call their secret squirrel board meeting that the 4 trustees hold. First, I have never actually seen a copy of the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance, which deprives me of my right to review the ordinance and determine whether to sign said ordinance or issue.
All right, quiet.
Okay, guys, you have to listen. Without seeing the ordinance, the trustees are infringing on my powers of my office. I am hereby vetoing the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance, while the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance is void of it's unconstitutional infringement of the powers of the office of mayor. And because
how many times did Tiffany practice this speech? Who wrote this speech up? I guess I'm assuming the lawyer, the guy that's sitting next to her. But how many times did she practice this?
Because it is also illegal attempts to alter the form of government without a referendum. Therefore, their special board meeting, secret squirrel board meeting, is now vetoed once again. So I just want you guys to understand it is laws to this, and people tend not to want to follow them. And I know people want to be mayor, people want to run things, but you wait your turn. You don't do it in this form or fashion. It's said that everybody always trying to strong arm me. When I don't do things that people want me to do, they do this whole smear campaign against me. I think we've been doing a great job here. Things have been getting done. As I stated before, lights been getting fixed, trees been getting trimmed. You've been getting sidewalks done, alleys done, resurfaces of street, and also community engagement. One thing I love about my police department is we are on the street. They are walking, and they are also, please, can I have order? Thank you. So they are on the street, and then they also are riding bikes as well. So when you see them out riding bikes, no, they car didn't get taken from them. They are riding bikes as another form of fashion to engage with residents, and it's been really, really dope. So I just want you guys to know where we are with community engagement, and they will speak to their community engagement meetings coming up. That's all I have for my report at this moment. Next, we have village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now? Thank
Yes.
you. I just have a couple of announcements I'd like to make. Wednesday, June 19th is Juneteenth, and the village of Dolton will be closed in observation of that holiday. Also, this month begins the village board of trustees summer months, where there should only be one meeting, which we only have one now, but technically, according to the schedule, June, July, and August are the summer months for the board of trustees meetings, where normally we should have meetings on the first and third Monday of the month. I know the board has to have special meetings in order to complete that second meeting. But for the month of June and July, August, there will only be one board meeting for those months. And if you notice, I didn't mention minutes because, of course, I didn't submit them because they're never placed on the agenda anyway. So what's the point in submitting them if I can't get them approved at these meetings? And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Right, next, we have village administrator's report. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor. Revenues and state tax revenues have recognized $190,000 reduction compared to the prior year, with the largest decrease in personal property replacement tax with a reduction of $224,000. The village has also recognized a decrease in utility tax revenue consisting of tax distribution from Nicor Gas and Commonwealth Edison, a tax of $410,000. $76,000 of the decrease is due to not receiving April's Nicor deposit until May 2024. Overall tax revenue is down by $534,000 from the prior year due to delayed property tax in the previous fiscal year. After 2 years of delayed second installments from property taxes, Cook County is expecting the second installments of the 2023 tax levy collected in 2024 to be on time. And the village should start seeing property tax revenue again in August or September of 2024. Permit revenue has increased by $181,000. Red light revenue has increased by $237,000, and ticket collection has increased by $95,000. In March of 2023, outstanding tickets consisted of $3,768,815. And in March of 2024, outstanding tickets were $5,087,415. Grants increased by $433,000. And overall general fund revenue is $343,117.04 above the prior year due to the CDBG grant. Utility billing is $305,000 below the prior year, and that's consisting of $135,000 in residential billing and $151,000 decrease in commercial billing. There's also a $51,000 decrease in industrial billing. Thank you, Mayor. That's in my report.
I don't know if you guys heard the last part, the decrease in revenue in industrial and commercial. That's because Tiffany, this is the revenues that you collect from businesses. That's because Tiffany are starving off the businesses, or they leaving because she doesn't want anyone to hold any type of business unless she has her hands in it, or unless they actually donated to her political campaign.
All right, we have Ron Smith, an engineer.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents from the village of Dolton. My colleague will provide an update on projects we're working on, and then he'll address any comments or concerns that the board may have with the two items that are on the agenda this evening.
Good evening, everyone. I want to talk about the water projects that we're doing. There is a lead service line program that we're working on in town. The first part of that is an inventory where we want to find out who has lead water pipes or galvanized water pipes. We put out some surveys and we.
Mayor, good afternoon.
Okay, I had to skip that part. That's blah, 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 blah. Okay, everybody gave their report. This is William, don't pray for me no more.
To our management team, Mayor, I just want to say to you as a fearless leader, continue. Few leaders don't make excuses, they make adjustments. So continue to do what you do. We're going to continue to work to service not only those that are here, but those that are viewing us. We're going to continue to work and to service our residents to the best of our ability. And just so that our residents are not gaslighted about those that are sitting behind that podium. There's no sensitive information in the housing department. So you have to rest assured there's nothing for them or anyone to see back there. As a housing director, I make certain that we give our residents the best customer service that they deserve. So thank you on your leadership for that. Okay, I'll be giving the housing report as well as my building report for the month of May. And I'll give you this at a high level. I won't give you each and every line item, but for the month of May, we had 42 as-is seller inspections that total $12,945, 24 escrow checks deposited at $15,500, 37 housing tickets that total $7,250, and 31 vacant property registrations that total $20,000. For the month of May, in the housing department, we generated $61,570. And for the building permits report, for the month of May, we had 40 building permits that total $22,100, 19 contractor licenses that total $6,300, and 8 plumbing permits that total $3,041. For the month of May, we generated in the permits department $32,641. A total combined for both departments for the month of May was $94,211. Mayor, at this time, that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Next on the agenda is corporate bills. Trustee Stan Brown.
Thank you. Electronic payment bills for April the 30th, 2024. Corporate payment register, $157,316.21. Water fund register, $231,887.15. American Rescue Plan, $3,185.19 for a total corporate payment of $392,388.55. Their motion to accept the bills as read.
All right, so you motion. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second? There a motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood? No. Trustee Stan Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown? Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, Trustee Brown.
Warrant report, June the 3rd, 2024, corporate payment register, $1,725,431.06. Gross payroll, May the 3rd, 2024, $462,524.29. Gross payroll, May the 17th, 2024, $416,105.14. Gross payroll, May the 31st, 2024, $436,759.71. Melody Fitness Center, $1,244.32 for a total corporate payments of $3,042,6,452.
All right, is there a motion to pay the bills?
I have an amended motion on those bills, Mayor.
Anybody want to make a motion to pay the bills?
Okay, so
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion?
I have a superseding motion on this one. So I would like to make a superseding motion to pay the bills as read, amending or removing the following.
Get a second first, sir. Thank you.
I-
Get a second to his motion.
I haven't read it into record yet, Mayor.
What happened?
I have not read it the motion completely into record.
I'm going to get the second first, and then I'll let you read it to record. Thank
To
you.
make it feel better.
Is there a second?
Second.
Y'all already know what y'all gonna do, so, all right. It's motion and second. Now you can go ahead and read it to record.
To approve the bills as read, removing the following: page 4, Delgado Law Group, $109,500.07. Page 5, Enterprise FM Trust, $66,347.70. Page 5, Existing Concrete, $14,123.03.
Negative comment.
Page 6, Five Star, $122,325. Page 7, John's Pro Trees, $155,000 even. Page 7, KNM Ventures, $183,950. Page 8, Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050. Page 8, Mosca Design, $65,700 even. Page 10, Raul and Sons, $181,950 even. Page 11, White Coal Pool Solutions, $34,788.58. That my motion is to approve the bills as read with the following removals.
All right, any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just have a question in reference to some of the items. I actually contacted the village administrator today, and thank you so much, Keith Freeman, for responding back to me. But the Moscow Designs that's on there for $65,000 was brought up before, and Tangenique Miller has stated that it was paid for already. So I'm kind of confused because
It was paid for already in cash. Tangenique Miller made a mistake saying, yeah, we paid that in cash. Okay.
He still cannot get back in my viewpoint, but just trying to find out if she said on record it was paid for, why is it still coming back up on the warrant list?
I don't have that exact information for you right now, but I'll get it. If you send it to me in email, I'll respond to you.
Okay, I just feel that we go through this every month, and with everything going on, it comes to the part where we get to finances, and the finance people not even here to never answer the questions. The village administrator did read off some numbers earlier, but it would be great if we had it in writing. We've been asking for financial records since September, and here it is that it's June, and we still don't have it. We go to court about it. We're even getting sued by a TV station because somebody says FOIA.
Stick to the agenda.
I am talking about the agenda because the agenda was financial information that they requested, and you guys, FOIA, whoever the FOIA officer is, refused to give them the information. So that is the agenda because we're talking about money that we cannot continue to keep getting lawsuits because of people not doing their job. So it is directly in the discussion of what we're talking about. So, as I was saying, I just find that that's very difficult that when we do ask questions, and I'm grateful for the response that was given today, but I'm strictly concerned about the $65,000 that Moscow the Sounds wants, and the Tanganyika Miller stated that it had been paid for in cash. I'm done.
It was paid for in cash.
You heard me.
All right. As always, people say whatever they want to hear, but my question.
It's not saying, it's on the record. I wish I could go back to it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the tape. Tanganyika Miller, and I remember she said they paid for that bill in cash. And I'm thinking like $65,000 bill, you paid for it in cash. What kind of stuff is that? Why are you paying for bills in cash? I think Tiffany probably got a whole bunch of money just stacked up somewhere, cash, stacked up, cash. Maybe she like Fonnie Willis. She got it in cash. Oh, I keep cash on me because I don't depend on a man to do anything for me. So she got it stacked up under her mattress or in the closet somewhere, paying for stuff in cash. The Village of Dalton money. The residents' money, she got the taxes that they collect. She would draw it from the bank and put it in her. She got it in her house somewhere. She got it in the stash house somewhere.
Is the White Cove pool? Why do you guys keep taking out the pool, which you guys know we want to fix so the kids can take swimming lessons, and then we can also use it as a revenue stream for our village to rent out? Is it a reason why you guys keep taking out the pool?
Yes, it's
approved.
Oh, you got it, Trustee.
No, my question is, can you provide that we have insurance over there for that pool?
I'm asking, can you guys please fix the pool? You guys know the answer to all of this. Melly's been there forever, but it's just sitting there. We pay for it anyway. I'm asking, can we please fix the pool? Are you guys willing to put it back into the bills list so we can fix the pool so we can utilize it this summer?
Can you answer my question? Do you have insurance over there?
We have insurance throughout the entire village, so that's a redundant question.
No, it
So
wasn't.
my
Do we
question
have
is,
insurance for the pool
are
at
you willing
Melanie's
now?
Fitness
Are you
Center?
willing to put it back into the bills list? Anybody willing to put it back in the
Okay,
bills list?
well, if I may be recognized, Mayor, I can respond.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so that bill was pulled out because it was not in the budget, and we have more than $2 million of bills that have been approved by the board that have not been released. So at this time, I'm not willing to adjust.
So you're saying it's not in the budget, and you don't want to fix the pool because it's not in the budget, just like y'all attorneys not in the budget, but y'all approve things. But okay, lawn care. What's up with the lawn care? People just stood up, complained about getting grass cut, because again, Stacy just told you guys, y'all don't pay vendors, people don't want to cut. And then when y'all get the invoices, you guys still don't pay the vendors as it relates to what they cut. Is it a reason why you guys don't want to pay for any lawn care service whatsoever?
Can Janice or Tanganyika tell us how many checks are sitting on the desk that haven't been issued out
You guys
already?
always stray from the question. My question is about the lawn care. Are you guys willing to pay for
All right,
lawn
quiet.
care, or are we gonna just go back and forth over Q&A that everybody should ask before we get here? Because
It ain't really no Q&A because you're not answering no questions.
Not an order. Chief Freeman responded to you, so that's clearly he's answering questions. But okay, if y'all not gonna do that, let's move on. All right, call the roll.
We in discussion.
Mary
Yeah, we're
Kay,
still in
please.
discussion.
Yeah, we have
Mary
discussion.
Kay. Okay, you said you still got some?
Yes, ma'am.
What you got?
Okay, there are two vendors, which kind of goes to the point. MBD Solutions, which is a concrete vendor that replaces concrete in the village of Dalton, has emailed multiple times. They were approved by the board more than 7 months ago and have yet to receive payment. Can somebody advise on the status of their payment?
As you just stated, finance is not here. So why would we have that right here in front of us?
Tiffany, you stop doing that.
Another-
All right,
Who
quiet.
was just complaining?
All right.
Tiffany was just complaining about the concrete not being paid. They pulled a card. No, MBD vendors, we approved this months ago. Can you tell me why they haven't been paid? But you just claimed that they didn't pay the concrete vendors. Stop lying. You always get caught in your lies and then you want to get upset.
You guys know a mayor does not handle the finances. So stop. So if I'm telling you the answer, that's the answer. So if I don't handle finances, it has to go to.
Then why are you lying to the public saying they're not paying the bills? You're saying the trustees is not paying the bills, and he just pulled your card. Jason House just pulled your card saying the concrete vendors were approved a few months ago. Why haven't they been paid?
Finance director or the finance department. They know that. But we sit here and we can stand every board meeting for you guys. Everybody know the steps. They know how all this goes. To make it like somebody doing something. Finance not here. And they could have got every single.
I think at this point, I think Tiffany is something wrong with her. I think she's like mentally on the R side. You can't say the word or the R word, but I think something's wrong with her. I really do think something is wrong with her. Because all that, she thinks she's doing mental gymnastics, and she literally just said, you guys are not paying concrete vendors. And Jason House they just read the warrant list and said, oh no, MBV vendors or whoever is a concrete vendor. We already approved that months ago. Why haven't they been paid? Come on, Tiffany. Answer that question. But you refuse to answer questions. You're saying, "Oh, I'm not the finance person," but you're directing the finance people. And Tangenique Miller's been MIA for the last 2 meetings. Is she even working anymore, or she's scared? I hope all these Negroes up here that's being questioned by the FBI know Tiffany is going to throw them under the bus. Tiffany, she already throwing them under the bus. Oh, I'm not the vendors. I don't have nothing to do with it. Passing out checks. I don't have nothing to do with that. My name is not on there. She's going to throw them under the bus, and they still time and time again standing up for Tiffany like idiots. Saying, oh, you're doing an awesome job after she makes them feel stupid in the meeting.
Question answered. Before we got here, put on the show for you guys to point fingers, because guess what? It's election time. So here we go. But I'm done talking because I know y'all use me for clickbait. Whatever else you got, if we're not going to pass anything, we can just move forward
for discussion.
on the vote.
I was like for discussion.
Okay, so y'all going to talk to each other?
It's a discussion, Tiffany. Just because you don't like the discussion, this is what the trustees do. Why you don't like it? Because you got called out.
Well,
all right, one more time, I'm clearing the room.
I'm just saying,
One more time, I'm clearing the room.
Point of wasting my time. Well, that's
Okay.
what we're not going to amend or make changes or see the good in
I'll
something.
wait for her to finish because I hate talking.
Okay,
People talk.
go ahead,
I'll
say your
wait.
statements, and then let me know when y'all done talking.
Okay. Thank you for giving me permission to speak. Thanks, I appreciate it. Let's first start with this mayor and her smoking mirrors. I sit here and we come and we say, I say to myself, I'm not gonna cut up with her today, okay? But then I sit here and I listen to lie after lie, and she tells you everything but the truth. Like my grandma say, you're lying, the truth ain't in you. Now we sit here and we talk about finances when we haven't even went over a yearly budget. How can you ask us to make responsible financial decisions on behalf of an entire village when you haven't even presented a budget for moving forward, but yet you continue to say, make these choices, make these decisions. We don't know where we stand as a village in terms of the financials. You are paying vendors 10 times the money that they should be paid. So let me explain this for you residents. Let me educate us. A tree. We have a tree on the block. So we have residents calling about trees, and they have an issue with the tree. So we look on, when we were provided with access to my viewpoint, what we were noticing is we would have an invoice on there for $1,000 for a tree trim, okay? Then the very next month, we have another invoice for the exact same tree for $10,000 to cut it down. Sounds like double dipping to me. You sit there and you say, well, we have nothing to hide. Well, if there's nothing to hide, provide us with the information. That's very simple.
This is why the FBI is diving into what's her name? Tiffany Henyard's spending. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kwame Kilpatrick. I mentioned this several times about Tiffany Henyard. Not only with the vendors. This is why she goes beyond getting or the steps, and she knows the steps. She was a trustee for about eight years. She knows the steps, but this is why the FBI is investigating her. Is because of the kickbacks. The kickbacks. She's getting a kickback every time somebody comes out and and they're able to bill for some type of services, approved or unapproved. Tiffany is getting a kickback from that. This is what took Kwame Kilpatrick down. By the grace of God, Kwame Kilpatrick was let go. But they gave the man 28 years for effing around people's money, getting kickbacks. 28 years. Do you think they're going to feel sorry for Tiffany because she's a girl? When it comes time to the indictment and being prosecuted, do you think the federal government will be sorry for her? No. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Housewives of New Jersey. Her husband was getting kickbacks. He did something, unlawful with money. And they said she had something to do with it. She had to spend less term than him in jail. But since they were still married, the government, they gonna get their time. They said, oh, you got less time, so you go to jail first. They put the wife in jail. And I think her name is Teresa Giudice or something like that, but she's Italian. They gave her almost 2 years, and then her husband had to do 10 years. The FBI is not coming after you if they don't have anything on you. They don't waste their time. They don't like wasting taxpayers' money. They're not just gonna waste all their time going through this evidence, summons people for grand jury if they don't have anything on you. They know what Tiffany's doing. And now you got the people that you said that you're gonna get kickbacks from that's not getting paid. So now they pissed off. They're pissed off. So who do you think they talking to, Tiffany? They're talking to the FBI. You can't be that. Like I said, Tiffany, I'm very convinced Tiffany is almost on the R side of her IQ. You can't be this, like, really, you can't be this dumb. Something's wrong with you. And what's Norwood? I believe it's Norwood. She makes valid points. We getting double billed, double dipping. We get the same tree. they trimming the trees. Oh, then now y'all want to cut it down? Oh no, we cut down that tree. We'll bill them $10,000. That don't even make no sense. And you guys, it doesn't cost $10,000 to cut trees. It doesn't. Even stump removal, it doesn't cost that much. Well, it does. It does cost a lot, but not $10,000. It must be a big ass tree for them to say, "Oh, I'm going to charge you $10,000."
The budget is due at the end of June. Yet it is June 3rd. And this administration hasn't even provided us with the upcoming budget. We haven't even had a discussion. But what they'll do is next month, they'll run to us and say, hey guys, here's the budget for millions of dollars. And don't worry about spending time and going over it. We don't have time at the moment. We just need you to approve it. And then they get angry when we don't approve it. Our job as trustees are to make the best financial decisions for the village, not prioritize spending. You sit here and she asks the question, why aren't you all paying for a pool? How can we pay for a pool when you have how do you even ask the question like us paying for a pool when you have residents that have a pool inside their basement every time it floods? That sounds so inconsiderate in terms of spending. It's not right. We're sitting here and we're talking about prioritizing finances. That's all we're stating. Provide us with the information. That's it. So residents, please don't be fooled by the smoking mirrors. If this administration will gladly provide us with the information so we can make the right decisions, we'll gladly come up here and prove it. Furthermore, we're supposed to have 2 meetings a month. We sit here, she decides that she don't want to show up to the second one, prevent us from getting access into the building, and then say, oh, by the way, you know what, guys, don't worry about discussing it. We're not going to have a CAL meeting for the residents so they can come and ask questions. Don't worry about discussing it with them. We'll just pass it either way. And it's unfair to the residents. Residents ask this mayor, why don't you have the CAL meeting so we can go back to having discussions so that we can discuss these things prior to us coming to the original board meeting where we make decisions. It's only fair. Thank you.
All right. All right. Can you call the roll, please? Thank you.
Tiffany, like, I'm not going to even argue with y'all no more.
This vote is for the corporate bills AP warrant list, where Trustee House made an amendment to the warrant list. And I'll take the roll. Trustee Norwood? Aye. Trustee Stan Brown?
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes? Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. So next we have a motion to terminate contract of Oderson, Stark, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath, LTD as legislative counsel. Now, as you know, I always put this on this agenda because I keep trying to stress to you guys what Oderson Group is trying to do to our village. He is the mastermind behind the 4 trustees. He is the puppet master, and he keep trying to go into our bank accounts and take funds from us after we say no. When we go in closed session or anywhere else, we make this the record. So the clerk should have this in the minutes. Even the insurance company told him he cannot take on more lawsuits as it relates to the village because he's suing the village, but he keep on wanting to be the counsel for the village, and he's not. Delgado Law Firm is the counsel for the village. So I keep pointing that out. Don't worry, I'm making a video for y'all. So I have a video ready for you guys. So you can follow.
Yeah, I want to see the video so we could click on it because it's clickbait, and so I could make money on my YouTube channel. I want to see the video, Tiffany, because I know it's going to be a bunch of lies.
You can follow the dots. So stay tuned to that. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve a borrowing ordinance for 2.7 mil for IEPA loan forgiveness? Ron, where are you? Okay, Ron's there. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay, so Ron and his counterpart is there. Go ahead. What's your question? Go
Ron
ahead.
is here.
So my just quick question, when Jonathan has spoke about the $2.3 million that you stated that just was approved today. So has the application already been approved for that? And are you saying that we will have to have another ordinance for those funds, or will it be combined? And the reason I'm asking that is because if we need 2 separate ordinances, or if it's something that has already been done and we're not waiting to the last minute like now to get it approved.
That's a good question.
No, it is.
We submitted a what's called a project plan to the IEPA about 2 years ago that had 5 years worth of funding. It had the first year, it had the second year, it has 3 more. So based on that project plan, that's what got this second year approved. So it just got approved. It doesn't need to, this process with the ordinance doesn't need to happen until next June. So there's a new deadline of a year. So it would be a new application and a new ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes, well, a question or a statement. I would like to ask that the ordinance have 3 amendments to it. One on the ordinance number is ordinance number 15-018. So I would ask that we update that with our current sequence of ordinances. Also, section 5 and section 7 call for the mayor's signature on the application document. I would like to ask that.
Jason House will be he'll be a great mayor because he actually knows the ins and outs. He's level-headed, and he has a good, solid financial background. So I think if the residents don't vote him in, this will be a miss for them. But yeah, he will be an excellent mayor.
I would like to request that 2 signatures be required on the application for check and balance and make sure that the board has an opportunity. So that second signature being the clerk of the Village of Dalton. So I'd ask in section 5 and section 7 that it say reflect the mayor and the clerk jointly make the application. So I want to amend this with the changes, asking for the changes listed.
Okay, is there a second to the amendment?
Second.
All right, any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next, is there a motion, to approve a notice of intent for award for the full amount of Calumet City Plumbing's bid, which will be reduced by change order after approval of loan agreement? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is second, any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next agenda is override of mayoral veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve overriding the mayoral veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Second.
Is that second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, if I may.
Okay.
After the completion of this vote, I would ask that Mayor Lightfoot, who's present today, get the opportunity to speak on this issue.
Is it something you want to say?
No, I would like Mayor Lightfoot to.
We're not gonna grandstand today, so if it's something you want to say, we're done with our meeting.
Don't do it, Tiffany. This is Tiffany don't want Mayor Lightfoot to speak. We got a super chat in the building. Thank you for the super chat. This is a good point. This is a good point. JL Channel, good point. Thank you for the $5 super chat. My thing is, how did they let her become the mayor in the first place? She obviously doesn't have the character, tact, or maturity to lead people. I think Tiffany is one of those roundaway girls. Maybe they were just like, oh, she is for the people because she served on the trustee board for 8 years prior to her becoming the mayor. And literally, if you look back on old videos of Tiffany as a trustee, she was giving the old mayor the business for the very same thing she's doing to the new trustees. So they thought she was actually for the people. Minus she never had the temperament. Now she pops off more than what she did before, but you could tell she never really was about, she was never tactful. She didn't have the temperament. Not very educated or well-spoken, but the people did like her. Tiffany, they don't want Mayor Lightfoot to speak. Mayor Lightfoot, they don't want her to speak. I saw a picture on Facebook. Let me see if I can find it. I saw a picture on Facebook because of Mayor Lightfoot talking about, I know what you did last summer. It's hilarious. I'm gonna try to find it, but it is hilarious. Oh, here it is. Lori was looking like, I know what you did last summer. Tiffany don't want her to speak. Tiffany is afraid of her speaking. Tiffany is afraid of her speaking and up showing her. Grandstanding. We got another super chat. Thank you for the super chat, John Luna. Yeah, but dog dressed in a traditional outfit, waving Japanese fan. Okay, this a character wave. So yeah, I know what you did last summer. That's what she said. She looking like, I know what you did last summer. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Let me just go back to the regular board meeting.
So,
No,
something you would like to say?
we can add it
trustee?
in the discussion.
Well, my discussion was stated, so I will request, and I don't think that the meeting will adjourn until that happens. So we can prolong it as long as you would like, Mayor.
Well, I guess we will prolong it then, because at the end of the day, you can make your statement. This is not a political grandstanding moment, which this is what you guys turned it into. So you got something you want to say? You wrote a statement. You got anything you like to say? Okay. You want to call the roll, clerk?
Mhm.
You want to call the roll
I
for
think you
his motion?
requested that the.
I got a concern,
After the vote? Okay, sure. Trustee Norwood?
well, I got a concern
So
on that.
you got something you want to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Okay, as I hear, we have an investigation going on by the FBI at this time over the village. Is that what's going on right now?
You do. Okay, you out of
Quiet,
order.
please. Quiet.
Serious statement.
Quiet.
Stan Brown,
Everybody
where
listen
you
to y'all.
been? Stan,
Quiet.
Stan, where have
So we got an investigation over the village as a whole, of all the employees or just elected officials?
Whatever they put in the subpoena.
Just trying to get some clarity on this here.
All right. All right. Quiet. Quiet.
Where we at on that? Yeah.
I would assume it's it's tied to the subpoenas.
Or we just talking about, this is investigation on the mayor or the village?
Oh, they're saying what we're looking over at. The
Last
investigation.
time, quiet.
The investigation is on allegations of. It was stated previously that there was an investigation done into what happened in Vegas, basically. So that investigation has not been shared with the board, and the board has made several inquiries. So that's one part of it. Also, the allegations or suspicion of commingling of funds or misuse of funds was another component of the request for this investigation.
All right. Last time, ma'am. You gotta go.
Okay, guys.
You're being a little brat. You got your police officers back there. I'm pretty sure it's about 10 of them back there. Just direct your police force. You don't have to get up. Just sit your chunky self down. Stop it. Stan Brown act like he don't know what's going on. Why you don't show up to the meetings? Then you would know. Yeah, you guys are under investigation by the FBI too. Let alone Lori Lightfoot. You are under investigation by the FBI. What rock have you been living under? And apparently Stan Brown was laughing about something before the meeting started. What are they talking about? They both cracking up. Because Stan Brown probably like, I'm neutral. I'm just here to read off event flyers. I'm not even here for financial. I'm not even on the finance committee. I didn't pick this job. I didn't even want the job, but I was appointed the job. So now I'm put into this mess. Stan Brown, he don't want to be there. And what I'm hearing, Stan Brown is actually a nice guy, but he picked the wrong person to support, unfortunately. Because if Tiffany has the chance, she'll throw Stan Brown under the bus too. And I'm pretty sure Stan Brown probably don't have nothing to do with it. You guys put in the chat, let me know what you think. I don't know Stan Brown personally, but from what I've heard about him, he's just going with the flow. He's trying to support, and I think he was trying to actually mentor Tiffany at one point. But Tiffany, she can't be mentored. She's a tyrant.
Keep order. We have to keep order. We can't keep doing it. We're trying to get done with our meeting. All right, you can call. Anybody else? Okay, call the roll, please.
This is the override, right? This is
Call
the
the roll.
override of the veto.
Override of the veto. Call the roll.
Okay. Trustee Norwood? Aye. Trustee Stan?
Guys, you are out of order.
I speak over the people.
Okay, call the roll.
Trustee Stan Brown?
He's
Stan
still,
Brown?
Stan is still in discussion. Go ahead, Stan,
So
because you're in
we're
discussion.
looking at paying
You're not the mayor. Hold on.
$400 an hour for this investigation? with the FBI already doing it?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Excuse me. Please. You gotta have order. You good? Okay, go ahead, trustee. What you got? Sam?
That's it.
Dave?
That's it.
Okay, call the roll, clerk.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All right,
override Mayor Sito.
next on the agenda is motion to adjourn. Is there a motion? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Aye.
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
No, motion to suspend the rules.
Guys, we're done with the meeting. All the grants.
You trying to stop the mayor Lightfoot
Okay,
from
let's
talking?
to adjourn. It's been motion. Is there a second?
It wasn't a motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Trustee. Trustee, did you? Trustee Holmes, did you adjourn the meeting? Okay, he adjourned. Is there a second? Is there a second to adjourn the meeting?
So I have a question because
Okay, guys. Can we
because the
motion to adjourn
attorney ain't
the
said
meeting?
nothing.
Guys, you are out of order.
Let her speak.
Guys.
Let her speak.
Okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the
Let
room. in a
her
minute.
speak.
We're gonna clear the room.
Let her speak.
Guys.
Let her speak.
Hello. Nobody's gonna be heard if you keep talking.
Then we got a motion on the table.
Yes.
Is the attorney, excuse me, attorney, do we got a motion on the table for the record? I just want to know.
With all due respect, Lightfoot, you do not have the floor. We are adjourning our meeting so we can go. So
Yes.
if he had something to say, he could have wrote it. He could have wrote it and did all that. This is all grandstanding. This is what we're doing now. It's said that we have to go through this because everybody's using every opportunity for a political deployment. Like, guys, come on. Come on, guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All y'all gonna do is rowdy up people. That make no sense. Guys.
Thank you.
Y'all will be.
What I would say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton.
There's no respect
We have
around
not
here, and that's what I'm saying,
rested
because
while
you was
this
once a mayor
procedural
too.
matter
You
is
should
in
not even
limbo,
be
and we're not going to
disrespectful like
allow anyone to stop us
Thank
and
you.
obstruct our ability to get to the facts. So thank you for your confidence, and we will continue working. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Okay, y'all done now? Y'all done with the grandstanding? Are y'all done with the grandstanding?
I think that's a good speech. Lori Lightfoot, like, we will continue. She want to be the mayor.
Chicago. She come here to create
But
chaos.
Lori Lightfoot want to be
about
the
it.
mayor. She
But
like,
yet we sit here and
we
we
will
do this.
continue.
Why we pay
to charge
anybody
you
any money?
$400 an
If y'all
hour. Lori Lightfoot is going to continue to work because she going to get paid that $400 an hour. They got the majority of the vote. They want to investigate, and I think I agree with the investigation. I'm not necessarily agree with the price, but Tiffany mad because Lori Lightfoot came in and is investigating her, and she said they're going to continue with their investigation, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Have the actual people, meaning the FBI's here. So why would we waste money that y'all say we don't have? All right, guys. All right. Clear the room. Clear the room.
I'm going to show you guys a different view from this. This is a different view.
No, and I'm not leaving. Sir, I didn't come to the courthouse. I'm not leaving. So y'all can hold this down. Okay, I'll do that. All right, y'all go move around. Yeah, move around. I'm not there. Go ahead. And you better not touch me. I'm not going to jail. I didn't come to the courthouse.
Quiet.
Now let me go ahead with
Wait a minute. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead with me.
Why y'all teaming up on this lady like that?
That's it.
They need to stop it.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to override mayor's veto.
I have a motion to suspend the rules.
Second. You have a motion to adjourn? No, motion to suspend the rules.
Ain't nobody grandstanding. Shut up.
Go ahead. I will be brief in my comments. Can you please turn on the microphone?
It wasn't a motion to adjourn.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
The police officer pushed the button. And they like, no, don't turn it on.
Turn it on.
Look at him. Lacey is a little bitch. Come on, clear the room, clear the room. No, you're violating the Open Meetings Act. The meeting wasn't adjourned. You talking about clear the room.
Let her speak.
Is there time to skip this? We got motion on the table for the record. They might come out with it. Go ahead.
It's a motion to suspend the rules.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I will speak to the residents.
Be quiet.
And the residents. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, hell no.
I will not allow anyone to interrupt our investigation. Thank you. What I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton. We have not rested while this procedural matter is in limbo, and we're not going to allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts. And we will continue working. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Political flag right here. Why would anybody use it? Y'all have actual people.
Who are you talking to, Trump? No. To a man,
Oh man, be quiet. I ain't gonna cuss at y'all enough. You do too.
He don't work there. He don't work there. None of these people work there.
Hey guys.
We are. Meet them.
You have no right to
Yeah.
Start with their boss. That's the motherfucker that needs to be in jail.
Resident here.
I got Come on, y'all. Let's go. Oh, the piece of shit move, Lacey. Yeah, you'll be all right. The time is limited, bro.
You took a whole step up.
How'd you call everybody? I've been put out of better places than this.
How did he get in here?
You work because you work for her.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know that's one thing. They don't want nobody to. He's saying we're going to jail and we don't get. Hey, why you got your?
One more time and I'm clearing the room. One more time and I'm clearing the room. Chief Lacey said one more time and I'm clearing the room. He wasn't playing with y'all. He said one more time, I clear the room. Look at that greasy forehead. Somebody put, why is he so sweaty? Blood type bacon grease. Somebody else put, looking like a damn sweaty milk dud with a BBL. They clowning him on Facebook. He looking like a milk dud with a BBL. Oh my goodness. And you see Stan Brown was laughing. Stan Brown was laughing with Norwood in Trustee House. They not supposed to. Why they in the back? Kamal, Michael Smith, which he's a pedophile, allegedly, and Keith Price. He's over the food pantry. You know, nobody getting no food because he eating all the food. I know I say that every time. I say that every time. Keith Price is over the food pantry of Thornton Township, and he eating all the food. He eating all the good food, all the snacks and stuff. Look at Chief Lacey. BBL Lacey, BBL Lacey. Ben Bradley posted during the meeting, you know, they couldn't park in the parking lot of the Village Hall. I guess they had to park on the street. Why do people do this? Police have once again closed the street and parking lot near the Village Hall ahead of tonight's Dolton Board's meeting. Dalton's deputy chief claims threats to the mayor Henriard require extra security, but the village has failed to follow open records law to produce evidence of threats. Because nobody's threatening her. Nobody's even worried about her. Because they're figuring, hey, the FBI is going to handle it. Don't pray for me no more, William Moore. Sitting in the corner.
What I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton.
There's no respect.
We have
around here,
not
and that's what I'm saying,
rested
because
while
you
this
was the mayor
procedural
too.
matter
You
is
should
in
not even
limbo,
be
and we're not
disrespectful
going to
like that.
allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability.
Why is she saying she's being disrespectful because you was the mayor too? No. Lori Lightfoot, if you agree or don't agree, the trustees called her in to do an independent investigation. She was hired. So she's supposed to be there. She's supposed to be there. And if it will behoove you, Tiffany, if to cooperate with the investigation, or if you don't want to cooperate with the investigation, you should be asking her questions. But no, you don't want to do that. You just want to stop her from speaking completely.
Nobody, no smart person with intelligence vote on something that they cannot see, like the blind leading the blind. That's what will not happen. So I'm going to say again, I'm going to say, if we are provided with the receipts, residents, we're provided with bids, we won't keep having this dog and pony show that they keep creating. We'd be able to revoke what we came here to do. We came here for the business. Residents are ready to go home. Again, provide us with the receipts, provide us with the RFPs.
So the former mayor of Chicago had a few words to say about Tiffany Hayard in an interview a couple of days ago. I haven't seen anyone talk.
I will be brief in my. So this is on Facebook, Dalton Village page, if you guys want to view that. Okay. I think we covered a lot today. Well, and under Tiffany Hayard. We covered a lot under Tiffany Hayard. I didn't get to my other story. I wanted to talk about Mexico president. They elected somebody that didn't get assassinated yet in Mexico. And believe me, this woman, it's kind of weird. This woman is Jewish. A Jewish first woman, and she's Jewish. You might be saying, oh, Chawanne, what's wrong with that? She's in Mexico. She's Jewish. And she got elected. Can we say rigged election? Can we say that? And she's a stern supporter of LGBTQ. Mexico elected the first female president after the country set a record for assassinating political candidates at 37. Mexico don't like you. They just off you. Claudia Sheinbaum, a liberal scientist, a self-proclaimed feminist, and a champion for the LGBT community, while working as head, let me just enlarge this. While working as head of the government of Mexico City, Sheinbaum was responsible for implementing a gender-neutral policy. Mexico is doomed. They want a gender-neutral policy for school uniforms. Why? That doesn't make sense. And what's the predominant religion in Mexico? Isn't it Catholic? Christians? Sheinbaum believes that the government is responsible for addressing economic inequalities and providing sturdy social safety net, as reported by Fox News. 37 candidates were assassinated this election season, with the total of 828 non-lethal attacks. Mexico is screwed. What did she agree to not to get assassinated? Maybe she's not a threat. She's not a threat, so they didn't assassinate her. Maybe, I'm not for sure. But this is her.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Hoy es el Día Nacional e Internacional contra las LGBTI fóbicas. Yo quiero refrendar mi compromiso con todas las personas de la universidad y sus familias, por la libertad de ser y por la libertad de amar. Que viva la persona.
So she's trying to transform and liberate the gays, since it's Gay Pride Month. Gay Pride Month. Okay, that's it. That's it that we got for you today. You guys, thank you for tuning in. If you don't want to subscribe to this channel, Chawanne Burns 2.0, let me just share that with you. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already done that. If you're watching on this channel, this is Chawanne Burns 2.0, my unpopular opinion. Reason why I call it that, because I talk about politics. So if you're interested in straight politics, please subscribe. Okay, like, subscribe, share. Really appreciate every single last one of you. And also, if you're viewing from my other channel, I call it my main channel, but it's really not my main channel. It's my original channel, my first channel. subscribe to this channel. And I talk about business, business credit, personal credit, and politics. Okay? On this channel. So if you're interested in getting information about business and business credit and your personal credit and personal development, you want to subscribe to this channel, Chawanne Burns. Okay? So you guys, I am sending all my good to you. I appreciate every single last one of you. And I will talk to you tomorrow.